Hello, my lovely Cancerians, and a very warm welcome to your August 2023 horoscope forecast. There are a lot of different frequencies floating about in the heavens this month. Usually we have just two moon events, a new moon and a full moon. This month, we've got two full moons and a new moon, so three moon events. And you're ruled by the moon, lovely Cancerians. So this can be a time of an emotional awakening and many fruitful changes. Venus, planet ruling your love life and your finances, is still retrograde this month. So it's a wonderful time for reflecting upon your relationships and your finances, not necessarily for taking action, but it's a time maybe for meeting people from your past. People can come back into your life for a healing, a reconciliation, or maybe a completion. And it's also a good time to complete unfinished business around your finances and your relationships. Mercury will go retrograde later in the month, but let's look at how it's going to impact you personally. What are the life areas that Cancerians need to be most aware of? So on the 1st of the month, we start out with a full moon, Daisy, here, in your 8th house. And on the 16th of the month, a couple of weeks later, we've got a new moon in your 2nd house. So the 2nd and the 8th house is highly activated for you this month, lovely Cancerians. These are very much the finance houses. So this is going to be a wonderful opportunity to reevaluate your finances, your money. You might be looking at different places to invest your money, different possibilities. You might be looking at different ways to save, to maybe pay off some debt. But it's a time of change and for looking at ways that you can maximize your financial situation, but at the same time, with all this retrograde Venus energy, to look maybe at what are my needs rather than what are my wants, and making sure that you're putting whatever energy needs to go into your needs, but not that you're spending extra effort on lots of wants that might not give you the fulfillment that you're anticipating. So this is just something to really think about. The full moon here in the 8th would suggest that this is a great time for sorting out anything to do with taxes, insurances, banks in general, other people's resources and money, but also a very good time for going deeply into anything metaphysical, astrology, numerology, tarot, all of that, psychology, past lives. Developing your intuition, your psychic abilities. And here, this new moon in the 2nd, this is wonderful for new financial possibilities. With it being close to this Venus retrograde, something that you worked on in the past may come back again. An old gift or talent that you used to love, you may decide to take it up again, the guitar, the piano, painting, gardening, cooking. But it's an opportunity to reactivate your creativity, your gifts, your talents, your unique things that you have. And goodness knows, Cancerians, you're extremely creative. You have many ideas and you're a cardinal sign. So as much as we've got retrograde energy going on, it's still a wonderful time for research, for studying, for learning, and then taking action, either before the retrogrades or after them, ideally. So on the 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde here in your 3rd house until the 14th of September. So this is a wonderful time for coming back to studies, anything that you were learning, good time for enhancing, reinforcing something that you would like to study and learn, coming back to something. It's a good time for networking, connecting with people. It's a good time for slowing down a little bit. Instead of rushing here, the Mercury retrograde gives you an opportunity to slow your mind a little, just to slow things. So creating a meditation practice, deepening a meditation practice. This will be wonderful during this retrograde period for you. And then on the 31st of the month, we've got a full moon happening there in your 9th house, resonating with Neptune and Saturn. This is wonderful for your spiritual journey. You might be taking a trip. You might be thinking about going on a trip. It's a wonderful time for publishing anything, getting anything out there, a film, a blog, a book, but for taking your knowledge to a higher level, and also for meeting people from overseas. These could be some very fruitful, wonderful connections. The Venus retrograde encourages you to smile from your heart, to be generous, to reflect on different ways in which you can express your generosity of spirit. And it doesn't have to be financial, although it could be, but a smile, a flower. There are many, many ways of expressing generosity. A warm word, a kind email, a lovely text. There are so many ways of doing this. And these are great ways also of enhancing your finances and your relationships. So I wish you a wonderful month. And I thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subbing. Bye for now.